We'll learn what is needed. What else is left for this team? No team is a finished product in week 7, 8, or whatever. And you're going up against a football team that poses a threat that no other football team that you face this year has given you, which is just a explosive mobile quarterback. This team isn't great at running the football. They're decent. I believe they're around like 20 or something when it comes to running the rock. So you don't want to see that happen. You don't want to see the RBs have themselves a career day, and you don't want to see Josh Allen have a career day. We're going to find out what else is needed because Josh Allen has the ability to run for 150, to throw for 300, and just elevate his team. Now you have Amari Cooper over there as your secondary, well-equipped to handle that because what Amari Cooper does is he requires a lot of attention. So you know who else gets open when one guy requires attention? The other receivers, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, who's coming off his best game as a pro, 125 yards and a touchdown. So we're going to find out what else do you need because you should be able to stop the run this week. You should, if Reek gets back and healthy, and even with Kobe Bryant being at safety, you should be good against the pass. You're facing a mobile quarterback. Do you have enough to handle that? I wish this team could play the Lions again.
I know.
I really do because Lions,
good game.
Good football team, not taking anything away from them, but you were missing like 4 or 5 starters on defense. So since you're getting healthy, you get to find out, okay, what else do you need to be real contenders?
I liked the way that Steven Ruiz described this on the Ringer NFL show this morning. This is what he said about what he'll see in this matchup.
I think this is a game that's going to show us not only Buffalo's floor, where Buffalo's floor is, because I think this is good competition, but not great competition. This isn't like, oh, if they win this game, I think they might be Super Bowl contenders, that type of game. And I also think we're going to see Seattle's ceiling, because I think they're starting to get healthier. They got some tackles back at practice this week. Their defensive front, which has been banged up for the last couple of weeks, is getting healthier. I don't know if Leonard Williams is going to play, but the other guys are going to come back. So I think we're going to see, for the first time since really like week 1, week 2, this Seattle roster at full strength or close to full strength. So I'm really interested to see, is this a playoff team or is it going to be a team that hovers around 500, which they've been for the last couple of years?
To your point, Bump, to Steven's point, the fewer injured players you have, the fewer excuses you have. So being a healthier team out there against the Bills, yeah, if DK isn't there, you can point to not having him, but it really starts to become, okay, well, who are you? Like, let's really see who you are. So when you said, I think it's going to tell us what's needed to make this team a true contender, I completely agree. You're going to start to see where are the gaps. Because right now you're healthy. Like, let's say Reek Woolen's back out there. You're going to have your corners healthy. Where are the gaps? Your defensive line is out there. All right, this is your defensive line that you paid for. This is who you want to roll out there. Where are the gaps?
And if you're the Buffalo Bills, you're looking at the next 3 games. You're saying, we got to have this. You got Seattle, who they think they can beat. You have Miami, and you have the Colts. And then you have Kansas City. So if the Bills win these next 3 games, they have 2 losses and 8-2, and then they go into a bye week. They play the Kansas City Chiefs, then go into a bye week and play the 49ers. This is the part of the schedule the Bills were looking at and saying, we can go on a run. They started with New York, Tennessee, Seattle, Miami, and the Colts. If you are the Bills that we've seen over the past few years, you win these ball games. If you are the Seahawks who are looking to move in the right direction, you win this ball game because it does something for just to validate what you are doing. It's going to be a tough game. I expect this to be a tough one. I expect it to be close. I expect Josh Allen to make plays. I expect Geno to make plays. Now it's about the guys that you've acquired in this defense that you've assembled to put another game together and look just fundamentally sound, man. I think Ernest Jones is going to bring a energy that I felt from Kobe Bryant last week. Just look at listening to his presser. I'm a dog. This is what you're going to get. I go, yeah, I'm feeling that. On defense, you got to have that type of mentality, that type of swagger. And he has the game to match. What are you going to do with Josh Allen? Are you going to spy him? Are you going to load the box? Are you going to stay in your too high look? And I'm trying to see exactly how Macdonald is going to attack this situation as well, because there has to be some urgency in this game. There's urgency in every single game. But when you drop a couple of games and you felt like you should have won those games and you put yourself in this position, you got to win the tough ones, and this is going to be a tough one.
The Bills are one of the top 5 scoring offenses in football, but they're not like exceptional passing the ball or even running the ball. They're just okay, and then they find ways to get it done in the red zone. That being said, I read that James Cook, Bill's starting running back, is one of the top flex players this week in fantasy football. Bump, I know exactly what fantasy football players are thinking. They're looking at the Seahawks run defense going, Why would you not, if you are the Buffalo Bills, go into Seattle and run it all over them? Do you anticipate that to be their approach?
It has to be, at least to start. They're going to test the waters. They're going to dip their toe in the water and see how warm it is. And you can do that with your quarterback. That's the thing is typically when you're defending the run against just a traditional team, you're not accounting for the quarterback. You don't have to worry about bringing another guy in the box to account for that quarterback. He is just a guy out there who throws the football. But with Josh Allen, you do. Those edge rushers have to be disciplined. They're going to run some zone read option type stuff. They're going to RPO you and try to confuse you because of what they have at the quarterback spot. Yeah, every team this year is going to get at the Seahawks, at least initially, in the run game because they've shown they haven't been able to stop that. But I'm encouraged. I think that the Hawks are starting to figure some things out. Like we've mentioned several times already, they are getting healthy. And when your guys are healthy, you're able to call the game that you want, not a game that is required because of the pieces you have out there. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited every week because I love me some football. But this is a challenge. If you win, this is a signature win. This will be the first signature win for Mike Macdonald if he can get this W.
I absolutely agree. And even if they lose, you leave more informed as a fan, right?
Yeah.
That's really what this segment is about, too. It's about you can actually learn about your team when they're healthy. Against the Lions, this is exactly the point you made earlier. You were missing 5 defensive starters. So it was hard because every single bit of analysis we had following that game, we had to go, granted, you didn't have we had to add a caveat to everything. This is one where you go, you can't say you lost this game because you didn't have DK Metcalf. Like every week, every team is going to be missing 1 or 2 guys. That's just the nature of the league.
Yep.
This is the defense Mike Macdonald wanted. It's the defense John Schneider wanted. How do they respond to one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in football?
Big challenge here. I think the offense is going to be fine. I think the offense will do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
The defense has to win this game this weekend.